When you think about the beauty industry, for decades it felt so established, dominated by these massive century-old
Right.
companies.
The household names, the department store giants.
Exactly. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, this brand pops up, Glossier, and it's just different.
Totally different. No big celebrity campaigns plastered everywhere.
No overwhelming aisles in Sephora. Instead, you got this simple pink bubble wrap pouch. You knew it instantly.
That pouch became iconic. And the minimum look, the font.
And their Instagram feed, it didn't feel like advertising, did it? It felt more like scrolling through a friend's photos.
It really did. It wasn't L'Oreal. It wasn't Estee Lauder. It was something new.
And the person behind it all was Emily Weiss. She started with a beauty blog, working out of her apartment, I think.
That's right. Into the gloss.
And then it felt like almost overnight, but of course it wasn't. She turns this blog into a billion-dollar global brand.
Yeah, the trajectory was pretty astonishing.
So this deep dive isn't just about, lipstick and moisturizer. It's really about how you build a community, a real community.
Mm-hmm. And the power of listening first. Really listening. Before you even think about selling anything.
Yeah, how that approach built a company that people genuinely felt connected to, like a friend. Our mission today is basically to unpack that. How did Emily Weiss pull it off? How did the blog become this powerhouse?
It's a fascinating story about strategy, community, and honestly, timing, too.
Let's dig in. It really starts with Emily Weiss herself.
Yeah.
Born 1985, Wilton, Connecticut.
Which is like commuter distance to New York City, right? So close to that world.
Right. Grew up middle class, apparently totally captivated by fashion and beauty from a super young age.
It's really into it. Reading Vogue cover to cover.
Yeah, and treating makeup not just as routine, but as like an art form. Self-expression.
And you see that drive early on. That story about the Ralph Lauren internship.
Oh, yeah, at 15.
Yeah.
And she apparently got it through just sheer persistence, no inside connections.
Pure hustle, which tells you a lot about her determination from the get-go.
It really does.
Yes.
That's an early indicator, isn't it?
Absolutely. And what's really insightful, I think, about Emily is that she wasn't just consuming beauty magazines. She was almost dissecting them.
Studying.
Yeah, studying them, understanding the storytelling, the narratives, connecting products to people. She was getting the psychology of it way before she was officially in the industry.
Kind of reverse engineering it from the outside.
Pretty much, even as a teenager.
And that sort of deep thinking continued when she went to NYU. Studied studio art, which is interesting. But you could argue her real education maybe came from the internships, especially at Vogue.
Right. Teen Vogue first, then the big one, Vogue itself. Fashion assistant.
Which sounds glamorous, but it's famously grueling work, isn't it? Early mornings, schlepping garment bags.
Oh, yeah. Long hours, high pressure. But she was right there inside the machine, seeing how it worked.
And surrounded by these incredibly powerful editors, the tastemakers. But while she was watching them, she noticed something. A blind spot, almost.
Okay, what was that?
Well, she saw the industry operating totally top-down. Vogue dictates the trends, tells women what they should want, what they should wear.
The traditional authority model.
Exactly. And she saw this huge missed opportunity. What about a conversation that starts, well, from the bottom up?
From the actual users.
Yeah, from the women using the products every day, sharing what they actually like, what they need, what they wish existed.
That's a fundamentally different philosophy, isn't it? In an industry built on dictating taste.
Totally. It was a massive insight.
It really was critical because it highlighted this fundamental gap. The makers and marketers were over here, the users were over there, and the conversation was mostly one way.
Right.
And Emily didn't just spot the gap, she figured out how to bridge it. She saw the potential in that user insight. Untapped knowledge, basically.
So what was it about her specifically that allowed her to act on that insight?
Well, it flows directly into her next move, which was launching into the gloss in 2010.
The blog.
The blog. And it wasn't just another beauty blog reviewing products in that glossy, perfect way.
No, it felt different immediately. More real.
Exactly. It was about peeking inside real medicine cabinets, makeup artists, yes, celebrities sometimes, but also just regular women.
The Top Shelf series, right? That was huge.
Huge. It felt intimate, authentic, a little bit raw even, in an industry obsessed with perfection.
And she had that great quote about it, didn't she?
Yeah, she said, I wanted to talk about beauty the way women actually talk about it with each other, not the way it's advertised.
Which is just Nail on the head. That's exactly what it felt
Yeah,
like.
and it resonated big time. The blog grew incredibly fast.
By 2012, so just 2 years in, it had hundreds of thousands of monthly readers. But more than just readers, right? It was a community.
A devoted community, highly engaged. People weren't just reading, they were commenting, discussing, connecting.
And that's the key, isn't it? That community became the foundation.
Absolutely. This wasn't accidental. It was strategic community building. She was cultivating trust, loyalty, an audience that felt heard.
Which is like marketing gold, but it felt authentic.
Because it was authentic, that engagement was the secret sauce. It wasn't just about her posting content. It was the dialogue.
She was asking questions constantly in the comments, wasn't she?
All the time.
Yeah.
What products do you love? What do you wish existed? What's your biggest skin concern? Things like that.
So the comments section became this massive focus group.
Essentially, yeah. A real-time R&D lab driven entirely by the users. You know that famous Milky Jelly cleanser?
Uh-huh.
That came directly out of Into the Gloss readers talking about wanting a gentle, effective face wash that didn't strip their skin. They basically crowdsourced the need for it.
Wow. So she wasn't guessing what people wanted.
Not at all. She was listening, actively listening. This is so different from traditional market research, which can be slow, expensive, and sometimes misses the mark.
She let the audience co-create the future product line in a way.
Precisely. And that genuine curiosity, that willingness to listen, that's a lesson for almost any business, isn't it? It builds incredible trust.
Okay, so she has this incredibly engaged community, this trust, but then she decides to actually make products. That's a huge leap.
Massive. From media to physical goods.
And she raised $2 million in seed funding in 2014 to do it. How did she convince investors? Because like you said, moving from blog to brand isn't always easy.
That's a really good question. The hurdle was convincing traditional VCs that a blog's audience could translate into actual paying customers for physical products.
Right, that the community wasn't just readers, but potential buyers.
Exactly. Her core argument, which turned out to be spot on, was that Glossier didn't need to spend millions buying attention through traditional ads.
Because they already had it.
They already had something better. Trust. They had a built-in audience that was primed and ready. An investor at the time basically said, Glossier didn't need to buy attention. They already had trust, and that's way more powerful.
And that trust meant they could launch differently, straight into the direct-to-consumer model.
Yep. No department stores, no Sephora partnership at the start, just online, direct from them.
Which gave them total control, right? Over the brand, the experience.
Complete control.
Yeah.
They owned the customer relationship end to end, got feedback instantly, could tweak things quickly.
And the branding was consistent, from the website to that pink pouch arriving at your door, that whole unboxing experience.
They practically invented the modern unboxing phenomenon for beauty, didn't they? That pouch was genius. Simple, recognizable, shareable.
So shareable, which leads right into Instagram.
Oh, Instagram was crucial. It wasn't just marketing. It was like their main shop window.
It felt so integrated, like the feed was the brand.
Totally. And every post felt like it came from a person, a friend, not some corporate machine. User-generated content was huge for them, too.
Yeah, customers became ambassadors organically, sharing their own photos, their looks.
Turning customers into collaborators, it created this powerful flywheel effect.
And clearly, it worked. The growth was explosive for a while there.
Phenomenal growth. Over the next 5 years or so, they raised a lot more money.
Over $266 million in total funding, wasn't it?
Something like that. And reached a valuation of, what, $1.2 billion by 2019?
Just incredible numbers. Investors saw that an internet-first brand could scale globally without all the old retail baggage.
Exactly. Less overhead, direct data, faster iteration.
But that kind of hypergrowth, it rarely comes without challenges, does it?
No, almost never.
Yeah.
And Glossier definitely hit some bumps. There was criticism about workplace culture as they scaled up really fast. Managing that kind of growth is incredibly hard.
Retaining that initial magic while becoming a big company.
Right. And their early attempts at physical retail stores were, well, let's say they had mixed results. Translating that online magic to brick and mortar proved tricky.
And then the pandemic hit. That must have been tough for a brand so reliant on experience and maybe those early stores.
Yeah, the pandemic hit hard. They had layoffs, unfortunately, and had to really refocus back on their digital roots.
A reminder of where their core strength really was.
Absolutely. It underlined the need for adaptability, didn't it? Even for a brand built on disruption, you have to keep evolving.
Which leads to another big evolution, Emily Weiss stepping down as CEO in 2022.
Right. She moved to executive chairwoman, brought in Kyle Leahy as the new CEO.
A strategic move, it seems. to guide the next phase while maybe stepping back from the day-to-day grind.
Seems that way, setting the company up for its next chapter, building on that amazing foundation she created.
And what a foundation. Her journey with Glossier really did create a kind of playbook, didn't it?
Oh, definitely. An enduring playbook for founders, especially now. It really proves that idea. A brand is not what you tell people, it is. It's what they tell each other it is.
That's powerful.
It is. Her whole approach, start small, listen like crazy, build that trust first. It's become kind of the gold standard for building authentic brands online.
So when you boil it all down, Glossier's success wasn't just about the products themselves, good as they might be.
No, not just the products. It was about fundamentally changing the conversation, changing how a brand connects with its audience.
Proving the incredible power of community, of that authentic two-way street.
Exactly. And you see that community first idea popping up everywhere now, right? Not just beauty, tech, food, fashion. So many industries are trying to capture that same magic.
It really makes you think, as you listen to this, how does that idea of listening before selling resonate with you in your work or even just personally?
Yeah, how could really engaging with your audience, your customers, maybe even your colleagues, how could that change how you build trust or tackle problems?
Yeah.
What's the big takeaway for you from this whole Glossier story, something to chew on?